Can you guys hear me? Someone say something on Quest, since apparently I got OC turned off. I'm just gonna work under the assumption you guys can hear me, so I'm just welcome to week 2 of Clan Wars. This will be in a very elitist cast, so if you can't handle some criticism, you should probably turn away. But for real, that's not what's gonna happen. But we do have Shalo Nesty versus Slayers tonight. And before the match, it looked like Shalo Nesty's attendance was a little lacking, which is sort of disappointing because they had like 8,000 people show up against Shadow. So in the first match, we have Talik versus Humby, which would probably favor Talik since he did beat S Harry, but who knows what Humby can do. And we have 4 minutes to go. Can anyone hear me? Someone say something on Quest or send me a tell. There's really nothing to say right now. We're just waiting for the timer to go down so the fight can start. I think Humby's best chance of winning would be to YOLO cause fat. I would not recommend taunting the Wild Elf Bladesinger, but we'll see if he does. It's a tough match because if he uses Charmies, Talik can just chain. We'll see if he can take advantage of some saves that Wild Elf Singers apparently have, but I don't really notice it. But Humby's also problem is he's a Kender, so he has a lack of melee damage, which will hurt a lot. We have 1 minute to go. I was gonna have a guest on today, but he couldn't exactly leave work in time, and also I wasn't sure Shaughnessy would show up completely, so better to have another cast member when there's every bracket is filled. So you can see there's 6 Shallow on right now and a bunch of Slayers on, plus some mass swashes. 30 seconds. 15 seconds. And we're off. Talik is not sneaking. And they're off. Talik Fairy Fire. He's Blade Singing now. The damage seems sort of low. That's weird. Maybe Humby has pretty good AC. If I was Talik, I would just go for disarms, and he does. So Humby's only real chance right now is probably the maledictions. Because he can't really make Charmies because he'll just chain. Talik dirtying him on ticks. I'm not sure I would recommend Talik trying to bash because it's a Kender, but we'll see if he tries that tactic. He literally could just spam disarm at this point. So Humby's probably trying to heal up right now, even though he has no weapon. He has a parrying dagger. Which probably does less damage than Talik's vamp on the weapon. I don't know, Talik's damage seems suspiciously low, maybe. They're not 100% weapons. If I was Humby, I'd probably go for a blind or something. Unless he's trying E-drains. It's hard to tell. He wields a silver stake. And the staff of mutation. I think that was a mistake. Yeah. I'm not sure what Talik is doing. Dirt kick misses. Humby gets his weapons. Humby's back in white. Another failed dirt kick. You'll fail a good deal of them on a Kender. Another dirt kick misses. There, a dirt kick lands. Honestly, because Humby's a Kender, if I was Talik, I would just unload my mana, because you're not going to use it. Oh, and there's the blind. Honestly, he could cancel, and Humby doesn't do that much damage outside of cost fat. But we'll see if he has escapes. Or he's just going to deal with being blind. Looks like he's just working on dealing. He might be trying to dirt kick, flee, cancel strategy. And all the failed dirt kicks happening. I mean, I would just cancel. Humby doesn't have any damage, really. Okay, he's going to self-chain. Humby's switching on mana gear. Humby's already in red. Talik is nowhere even near yellow. And more self. Honestly, self-chaining is fine because Humby's in red and he's in white, so it doesn't matter. Humby with a moral victory and shock freezing a bunch of potions. If I was Humby, I would just go for YOLO cause decay right now. Looks like he's trying to heal. Telly canceled. Humvee just spamming damage. Now he's going for Ray on Talik. He still has the same issue though. If he's blind, he still, I don't know where the damage output comes from. Talik's switching gear. Talik's just chaining himself to unload damage. Humvee's in Wimpy now. It's only a matter of time now. I wouldn't even bother with the dirt kicks at this point. Another moral victory, getting another potion. More Wimpy. Humvee can't have more than 300 HP by now. And he starts acid blasting. I would just chase with acid or murder now. And he does chase with acid. Still say he should do moral victory, cause decay. Getting more potions. I guess Talik started in a lot of HP gear. Or HP mana gear, because damage went up a whole down or two. Humvee and Wimpy again. Props to Humvee for playing a Kender against a Wildlove Singer, though. His sheath weapon drops. Not like it matters. Oh, Talik's in yellow. That's definitely a moral victory. Wimpy again. Another Wimpy. There's not much to say about this match at the end. It's just Humvee fleeing, healing a little bit, but Talik probably has a crap ton of HP still. Just causing Wimpy with acids now. Humvee is still healing because the acid did not Wimpy him. And Shalo unless he takes the first bracket. Valiant effort to Humvee though. So we will see what happens in tag. I won't make any predictions who they use, but I'm guessing they will use either two Blazingers or Nazarin and Wujin, because I don't think they have the proper dynamic for ACFL. If I was going to guess, I would say Nazarin and Phelan, and then they would probably use Thrudden and Wog in tag. But that's just my guess. Could be anyone. Benelholm is also a viable alternative because jonglers can weapon toss singers. But from my experience, and I don't understand why this is the case, but aerial jonglers weapon toss way worse than any other jongler race, and I don't know why that's the case. Oh, Kurthak is also on. That's possible. Just damage down the Singer, but Nazarene is hard to burst down also. So we'll see who they use. So we're just waiting at this point to see who gets transed. Nothing yet. I'll stop spamming where until I see someone transed or I get the 5-minute preparation warning. Tomorrow is Conclave Knighthood. It's 50-50 whether I will show up for that match. But we'll see. I will probably definitely show up for Thursday's Bloodlust Wargar though, because that will be very interesting. So, looks like I was right. Thrudden and Wog versus Phelan and Nazarene. Well, if I was them, I would probably send Phelan to unload all their mana and then do as much damage as possible and then have Nazarene clean up. That's what I would do. I would send Phelan first. So in that scenario, I would send Thrudden in first. Because Thrudden can actually heal. But that leaves Wog against Nazarene, which is a pain in the butt. Because when I fought Nazarene with my Barbarian, like, I resisted really well. But he's just so hard to hit. Like, you have to get lucky on landing multiple disarms. Because for a Singer, you have to disarm it 3 times. And you can't power sling through Blade Song, so it's basically about weapon stunning and trying to land Dirt Kick disarm every tick. So we'll see. But if it was my prediction, I would say it'd be Thrudden versus Phelan first. And then I would say Thrudden would take that by a little bit, maybe. And then Wog would finish him, and then Nazarene would come in. It's pretty much inconsequential if Wog is in power swing range already when Nazarene comes in, because he can't do it on him anyways. I don't know if Wog knows this. He should, because he's a good player. But you should time your Warcry so like there's only 1 tick left basically when you go in the arena, and so that way you can Warcry again immediately to get more HP back. But we'll see. Here's hoping the elves know about Bugbear Bite, because everyone should and has strength gear to counter it. But we'll see. I know what Pass Phelan is, but I don't want to say it on the cast, so we'll see. I don't think there's any scenario where you leave the Wujin for second, because they can't heal. Like, it's just unloading damage at that point. Plus, if you leave Phelan for Wog, he'll just power swing Phelan to death. Not that I've ever played the Barbarian, just this is all theorycraft. So after this match, we have ACFL, which means all they have left is Petrichor, Vano, and Amari. And then for ACFL, what they have Benoholm, Kelthus, Lixler, and Kurthak? We have 1 minute to go. I mean, I guess Slayers do have mass washes on too, so one of them could be used. So let's see if it's Phelan and Threadden first, as I predict. Why is this mass wash mothering at me? There's clearly a mass swash in the arena, and anyone can who's IC swash. They're not hiding. Like, it'd be one thing if you were hiding, but you're sitting here resting in the arena. Any elf could walk in and look. We have 15 seconds to go. And we're off. And ooh, they sent Nazarene in first. That's interesting. I would not have done that, but we'll see. Maybe Nazarene could just pile through both hitters. Nazarene misses Perforate. Thread lands a Disarm. Nazarene is still out hitting the shit out of Threaden, though. So this is also the problem. Like, if they actually get Nazarene down and Wog is really low, Phelan can just unload all the mana and Wog will die if he's low enough. So that's the other issue. There's a Raider for Chain. See if Threaden walks into it. He does. It's just free damage that you don't want. But you can't do anything about it now. Well, Nazarene's going to kill the Raider fairly quickly too, though. Threaden's in yellow. Nazarene doing the right thing, keeping him blind. I wouldn't even waste maledictions on Threaden, just pew pew damage at this point. I don't know if Threaden's AC is bad or he's protected wrong, because Nazarene's doing the same damage that Talik did to Humby. And Threaden has plate. It looks like he's protected, right? Maybe his AC isn't optimal. No, Shin's is gonna kill the Raider soon. Threaden has more damage output than Humby, but still, it's a lot of HP to go through with Nazarene. He is in stunners at least. So that's something. I'm not sure if he's protected right or something, because a Singer should not be doing decimates through Sync and Protection. And Threaden's already in red. Nazarene disarms Threaden. This is not how Slayers want this to go. Like, if Threaden can't get Nazarene down far enough for Wog to do his work, then there's no chance of even killing him. This is the same thing that happened when Pythias and Vazath was against Perrin and Tongpu. Perrin just didn't do enough damage at all. He is going for dirt kicks. Curious how much mana Threaten would have left. So Nazar's not blind, so you can just chase him. And more dirt kicks are missing. That's the Minotaur Dex coming into play. Threaten's and Wimpy. Threaten using one weapon without a shield. Was he shield blocking the whole time? I don't agree with that tactic at all. Because you need the weapons on Nazarin, if possible. You don't have enough healing to wear him out with shield blocking. Thorin's and Wimpy, Nazarin's and way white. Like, I wouldn't doubt that he's like 95% or above at this point. At least Nazarin will be protected around for Wog. Actually, I'm not sure about Thornton's alignment. But Nazarin should know Wog's alignment, so at this point, I would just dirt Threaten and just even potentially just cancel and re-protect for Wog. But they still have the same issue that Conclave encountered with Pythias. Except Nazarin is way higher than Pythias was. Yeah, see? Look at the damage. It's way less now. Thornton must not have been protected right, or forgot protection. See how it went from injures and wounds? It used that there was like mauls and decimates before. Nazarin mana sinks, it doesn't really matter. I don't know how castable Wog is. I don't know if Nazarin's gonna go for dispels or not. Threaten's and Wimpy again. At this point, I would just dual wield and unload as much damage on Nazarin as you can. You're not gonna out heal him. Threaten's and shield again. I mean, unless he has a buttload of mana to unload to try heal, I don't see the point of shielding. Nazarin's just waiting for the tick to go by. There it goes. Threaten dirted. Threaten and Wimpy again. Nazarin and acid blasting. Oh, he's alternating between murder and acid. I would just spend the acid mana. He could conceivably, if he really wanted to, just summon chain posts in every room to set up for Wog. Threaten got his shield disarmed. I don't know if he noticed or not. Threaten's still wimping. Here's the destroy toast. Here comes Wog. See if Wog is dual wielding. There's the Bugbear part. He's not in dual wield, as far as I can tell. I think that's a mistake. Nazrin does have strength here. Well, Wog is dual wielding. Okay. He used the parrying dagger for more HP. There's the Raider. He needs to go into stun weapons though. Yeah, Talik, once you're committed to a bracket, you cannot fight in another one, even if you, regardless if you fight or not. Wog's in yellow, Nazrin's still in white. Yeah. There's so much hitting. There's no reason to vamp off Nazrin. You'd have to be in stunners. Unless that one crafted weapon is a vamp slot. I guess he doesn't have two-handed weapons that stun better. Wog's in yellow. I'll be surprised if Nazrin even gets the yellow. There's the dirt. Wog's in red. He's going for the... Oh, it does have stun on it. Okay. Because you can see he got knocked back, but rolled back to his feet. And disarm is not... There is one disarm. But it's way late by now. Because you have to land multiple. And there's a failed disarm. And he wields a sheath. Nazrin goes for a bash on Wog. I mean, why not? And Wog's in Wimpy already. Oh, Nazrin does hit yellow. So unless Wog can land like 5-second wins, which I know is not possible, but that's the only way to win. Hey, there's a weapon stun. There's a dirt kick. Now he's just chaining to go for another disarm. Wog's on Wimpy again. This is not winnable for Slayers. I mean, he's in the shield of a Tranoth, but you can't power swing him. And there's the destroyed. And Shalo takes the tag. We'll see what happens for ACFL. I don't think they have enough people. Shalo, anyways. I'm gonna be a little biased here. I really hope Slayers win the ACFL. That way, Shalo will not be tied for first. Yeah, that's a little selfish, but you know, I got a plan for the end game. So Slayers has plenty of people. Shalo does not, which means it could be a 4v3. Because all they have is Animari, Petrichor, and Vano. And Slayers has plenty of options. They have potential Swasses, Benaholm, Kelthus, Zluxler, Kurthak. Any of those four would beat the Shalo 3. No, I'm gonna call it Anamari because I can. Okay. Quiet, Swash. I know how it's pronounced. I'm gonna have some words of log about barbarian play. Uh, why is Phelan still in the prep room? That's interesting. No one on the flag thing yet. We have Anna Marie, Vano, Petrichor versus Beno Homeland, Evo, Kelthus, and Kurthak. This should be a walk in the park for Slayers because it's 4v3. I like how they misspelled Land Evo's name. If I was Slayers, I would just use this opportunity to work in ACFL as a unit and see how they work. While we're waiting, let's analyze the other matchups this week. So we have Conclave versus Knighthood, and Conclave I felt did a very poor showing versus Bloodlust. So we'll see if they can pick it up against Knighthood. Knighthood has the numbers, so and a lot of them I believe do have Holy Smite. So they might do pretty well against Conclave because they had to fight Justice in the first week, and that was just not a good matchup for them. Will be especially interesting is Conclave Knighthood ACFL because Knighthood has a lot of healing, and Conclave, once they run out of mana in ACFL, they're sort of sunk. And without, unless their Wu Gens are ready, they're gonna have to field a Battle Mage, which doesn't serve much purpose in ACFL. But I'm most interested about Thursday's match of Bloodlust and Wargar, because Wargar has a lot of heavy hitters, as we saw when they played Slayers. Well, Bloodlust does too, but their player base could be possibly shared. So let's see what team they play for. And looking forward, week 3 is incredibly difficult to predict, in case you guys are going to bet. Now, I won't mention what specific rules there are, but there are a few rule differences between ACFL and AGL, and they can get you DQ'd. So let's see if the teams are aware of what is not allowed. So, assuming Slayers wins this match, Shalo will be at 5-1, and Slayers will be at 2-4. Yes. Which I know it's rough on a lot of Slayers because they have a different time zone player base. But top 4 do make playoffs, so. I know it doesn't seem like it matters much this early, but head to head does matter in tiebreakers. Bloodlust Wargar will be very important for the top 4 seeds. Because Bloodlust is 3-0 right now, Wargar is 2-1. It could go either way. So if they want to be a tie with Justice for first place, after week 2, Bloodlust is gonna have to sweep, which is be very difficult. So we'll see what happens. Yes, all the fights to league are, I don't know if you're even listening to the cast, are always in the same arena, so you can watch them. I have 2 minutes to go. One minute. $30. I mean, I'm not sure there's much to cast on the 4v3, but we'll see. 15 seconds. And we're off. Growth makes a Yanlo, Petrichor makes a bear. In case you're new to ACFL, you have to physically walk into the arena. And they're just running all over the place right now. Petrichor picks up the flag immediately. Interesting. Benelholm, they all got on Petrichor. I don't know why he did all this by himself. Petrichor's just gonna die. Petrichor's in red. Shalo's all over the place. Petrichor gets disarmed. Lionel gets a nasty in it, and Petrichor dies. Slayer should just go cap. And Mano's gonna die too. Slayer should just go cap right now. There's the cap. Or picking up the flag rather. Benelholm picks up the flag. They're just all. I mean, there's really not much to cast in this 4v3, guys, to be honest. You shouldn't ever win a 4v3 or lose a 4v3. Vano's probably gonna die next drop kick. Kurthak's not even going straight for the flag. Like he keeps going a different direction. Oh, Benelholm has the flag. I'm stupid. Ignore me. Well, it's 1-0. You go cap again, and then they should just set themselves up for the third cap. Land Evo a scrub using Mana Sink. Benelholm gets the flag again. Look, and then Maria Smart uses potion to sink, and she gets choked. They could just conceivably leave her there. She's poisoned, gets re-choked again. Kurthak does not go to cure poison. They're a fairy fire, and I don't understand why no cure poison. Oh, there's the cure poison. Kel'Thas spamming choke like it's his business, even though they're still choked. She still choked Kelthus. You don't need to do it again. Petrichor nods for some unknown reason. Petrichor ambushes Kurthak even though Benelholm's the flag carrier. I feel like Rangers could have a use. Ambush does knock people off mounts. So if Bodrum was on a Draculich, you could totally ambush him off it, in theory. Benelholm takes going for the last flag. Petrichor obsessive ambushing Kurthak. And then Marie is stalling, supposedly, by picking up a flag. But won't really do much, she'll just die. Kurthak and Petrichor are just like 1v1 in the arena, I guess. Which is fine in this sort of matchup. In a real match, you should never do that. Being selfish and trying to fight 1v1 is cost you a match. I don't know why they can't score while she has the flag. They should just go kill her. They're on Vano when they should just be killing the flag carrier and the game is over. Kelthus does hit her. And lands in trap. And she is dying fast. I think she just cancelled. And Slayers takes this one. But Shalo wins the night. Thank you everyone for listening. I will upload the YouTube shortly. Hope you guys had fun listening, and we'll see when I show up again. Have a good night. Later.